Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a great way to support the channel is by leaving a like, by leaving a comment, or by subscribing if you have not already done so. I've been doing a free NFT giveaway on my Twitter. It was 3 NFTs that I gave away. Only 2 have actually been given away. The third person has yet to come forward. I gave them a little bit more extra time than I said that I would, just to try and be friendly. If it is you, if you have won, please contact me on Twitter in some sort of way, or within a good 5 hours or so. After this video has been posted, I will choose another winner. And without further ado, yeah, let's move on. All right, so something really weird is happening, and I'm not exactly sure. I think it's just that time where things just kind of get a little weird in the cryptocurrency space. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Bitcoin price pullback to 60,000 is an opportunity to buy the dip. I'm not sure how much or how often you look at prices. I try to do it like maybe just once or twice a day. I noticed something very interesting last night. A lot of altcoins were really doing well. And I don't mean good, I mean they were really like pumping really hard. Ethereum was up by a good 6, 7, 8%. Shiba Inu was up by around a good 33%. Many other altcoins were up by 15, 20, so and so percent. Bitcoin was down by 2%. But it was like a very forceful down. Remember how we were talking about a couple of months ago? It is abundantly clear that there's very big money in this market. And a lot of times when prices are moving, I think, too high for them, I think they simply coordinate and try to find a way to bring prices back down so that they can simply accumulate more, or simply part of the idea that prices need to consolidate and or move back from where they were before in order for prices to be able to move back up once again. Sure, why not? Whatever you want to say. The really weird part is that the altcoins were doing just fine. Bitcoin was trying to move down, and usually what ends up happening is as Bitcoin moves down, the altcoin market also tends to react as well. This was not happening, and you can see there's a clear movement where Bitcoin slams down in a straight line in an effort to bring the rest of the market down with it, and it's done so. I mean, we're not talking about, catastrophic minus 25, minus 35%, but you can definitely tell that this movement was very coordinated amongst larger whales or entities in the market. So at the moment, the entire cryptocurrency market is down. We would be up, and I assume many coins would have actually hit a brand new all-time high as they did a couple of days ago, even further on. But alas, that's the current situation at the moment. The other news, once again, wasn't possible to get away from it. And I mean, like, actually, like I'm seeing more of it every single day. I'm also, even on Instagram, it's Shiba Inu is gaining so much popularity. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if it's still there right now because of the price drop in the market. But Shiba Inu became the number 10 coin quite rapidly. And I think number 9 was or is Dogecoin. And it is not that far from being able to actually flip Doge. I'm like screaming in my ear with the microphone. Sorry about that. Anyway, very close to flipping Dogecoin as well. And a lot of people online, are in love with Shiba Inu, but I wonder exactly what would happen to the Dogecoin market if or when Shiba Inu actually ends up flipping it. This was once again all over the price place news. It says Shiba Inu has been listed on a Turkish exchange, Istanbul-based crypto exchange Paribu, that is Paribu, has listed Shiba Inu, thereby helping the meme-based cryptocurrency to surge to a new all-time high. Shiba Inu is constantly in the news all over the place. People are obsessed with it. It does have actual utility, so I assume that's what's fueling it. And also the news that it could potentially be on Robinhood as well, who we also have news about, is kind of fueling that. Yeah, that was the only price news. It was tons of Shiba Inu stuff, and Bitcoin's price has gone down. That was it. There was no other mention of any other coin, nothing about Ethereum. I guess just one of those days, if you will. Anyway, that's the price news. Weird, right? And yeah, let's move on. In one of the most popular news stories of the day, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or the FDIC, Chair Yelena, no idea, McWilliams, one of the country's top financial regulators, believes it's time to allow banks to hold cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin for themselves and their clients. She said, "I think that we need to allow banks in this space while appropriately managing and mitigating risk," she said in an interview with Reuters at the Money 2020 conference in Las Vegas. McWilliams' comments come as the interagency team comprised of staff to the FDIC, the Federal Reserve, and the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency look to wrap up their work on coordinating cryptocurrency policies for U.S. banks. This is the most popular news story of the day. I think a lot of people still get quite shocked, surprised, amazed at news like this. They know what's coming. They're not simply doing this because they believe that they want to make it easier for you and your friends and your family to be able to make cryptocurrency payments. No. The head of the FDIC, the World Bank, they all know that the world reserve currency is crumbling and there's no real actual way to save it except for the U.S. to simply backtrack on all their policies that they've had since the end of WW2 and basically rewrite everything and have proper economic policies and make sure that the US dollar doesn't continue inflating, but then the stock market would crash, as would every other market, because everything is based off of constant money printing. So on top of that, we have realized, I hope you've realized, that Bitcoin is going to make it. Bitcoin has not only made it, but will continue to thrive for the next couple of, maybe I give it 100 or so years. I know that sounds a bit unorthodox for those of you who may be relatively new to the market or simply have no idea what I'm talking about. But once again, you'll see. They understand this as well. There's no way on this planet that one of the top financial regulators on the planet, not even just within the United States, would ever say something like this out loud unless you really know what's taking place behind the scenes. I was talking to my friend last night, hello friend, about how much money is actually in this market. A lot of people, some people, when the market goes up, they stand to make 15,000, 25,000. There are some people who are going to make six figures, maybe even, seven figures. Somebody may become a millionaire from the cryptocurrency markets bull run and go, can't believe I made it. You have to understand that this market being a multi-trillion-dollar market means that there are people out there who have intense interest in making sure that this place not only survives and that they also, them and their friends, become richer. They need the infrastructure to be able to do so. And this is why a lot of the other news in this video as well, I think is putting the final bricks onto the castle of regulation, if you will. So yeah, not really too much to say about this. This was very popular news. I have no idea what else this is going to happen. It's not that they're exploring the possibility of doing it. No, they are making sure that this is actually going to happen because I'm pretty sure, fairly certain, that tons of banks have come forward and they've been like, we need to be able to buy into this right now. We need to be able to hold it and to custody it to make sure that there's less and less of it actually on the market because they see what's going on. But part of the issue is, and will be for a very long time, regulators within the United States and I guess all other places, they're still stuck in the 60s. And I know that sounds like a joke or it sounds a little, if not the 1960s TMI. No, they're really stuck in this idea that things are exactly as they were before the internet. And that's not how things are. And they need to get a move on because they are going to be the ones who are going to be left behind. Anyway, that's the FDIC news. Expect news by the middle of next summer. That framework paperwork is being done that will allow them by the beginning of 2024 to finally hold Bitcoin. Sure, why not? One of the most popular news stories of the day. And let's moving on. And in the most popular news story of the day, you get news sometimes and I see it and I'm like, cool, makes sense. I kind of understand where this is all going. But alas, here we are. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong has said that the SEC versus Ripple case seems to be going better than expected. He added that the US SEC is realizing that attacking crypto is politically unpopular, end quote. The CEO of the NASDAQ-listed cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, commented on the enforcement action against Ripple Labs by the US SEC on Monday. referencing a Forbes article titled, "The Crypto Uprising the SEC Didn't See Coming," end quote. The Ripple case seems to be going better than expected. Meanwhile, the SEC is realizing that attacking crypto is politically unpopular because it harms consumers. The irony is that people they are supposed to be protecting are the ones attacking them, the Coinbase boss added. So here's the actual Forbes article, or part of it right here. It's a very lengthy article where they're basically talking about what the SEC did at the end of last year, if I'm not mistaken, where the SEC came forward, the former head of the SEC came forward and decided to sue Ripple for selling an unregistered security. We're not going to go over this entire thing all over again. It is abundantly clear that XRP is not a security because the SEC has no way of walking into one room and gaining control over XRP or the XRP ledger, as there are multiple nodes all around the world. Maybe not as many other coins, but that's mathematically whatever, decentralized, yada, yada, yada. Part of the issue for the SEC is that the SEC, once again, these people still believe that they live in a world without the internet. So they decided, and how do I say this phrase without saying something bad? So the main term for those of you who've never heard this is you don't F with other people's monies. If you know what I'm kind of saying. These regulators keep coming forward and they kind of just stomp all over the place, not realizing that once again, if you really cared about US consumers, you would have done something in 2017 or 2016 against Ripple and or XRP, but you didn't. You waited to the last day of this other guy being the head of the commission. The other part is there's a lot of money invested into this market. XRP was listed everywhere, every single place. And because of the whim and hand whip of one person saying, no, I don't think that it should be, that caused a lot of people to lose thousands, millions, hundreds of millions, and probably even, dare I say, billions of dollars across the entire market. So even if this article, I don't expect all of you to kind of read it. It basically said that when the SEC launched their lawsuit, they weren't expecting the backlash that they've got. If you've been in the cryptocurrency market, I say a good year, you know how like fierce and competitive people in the cryptocurrency space can actually be. Now imagine the same exact thing would happen. I'm not saying it's just the XRP people. Imagine the SEC, struck hard against Ethereum or against Cardano or against Shiba Inu. The SEC would have some strongly worded letters and emails and tweets coming their way. So basically, the news over the last couple of months, I'll squeeze it down to about 5 or 6 weeks, is that the SEC lawsuit against Ripple appears to be going in favor of Ripple, as the SEC has no real evidence of all the things that they're trying to claim. One of the main things of the idea of being a security is that people purchase you with an expectation of profit. My goodness, if that's the case, then every other cryptocurrency, every single piece of art, every single piece of real estate, everything on the planet is basically a security, because I'm going to assume that 9 out of 10 of you have purchased Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Shiba Inu with the expectation of profit. So anyway, this was incredibly popular news, as we have not heard a word from the people from Coinbase as to why they delisted XRP when the SEC said that their only problem was with the company Ripple, and therefore why Coinbase has yet to still relist XRP. As once again, the SEC said during the beginning of the lawsuit, they said no one has to delist it. They don't have a problem with the crypto exchanges. It's more so with the company. So it says XRP community demands relisting because we know that it's fine. I'm going to assume that the people from Coinbase, logically, after they delisted XRP hastily, as did every other cryptocurrency exchange since the last 10 months, has sat in a room with someone from the SEC and said, can you please tell us if we can list this or if we are not allowed to do so? If they were not allowed to do so, Coinbase is very... the word isn't upstart. They make sure to show you what they're wearing when they walk into a room. If they were not able to list XRP, they would have given some type of a community something. We are not able to list it at this time. The SEC has said no. However, in the future, we may relist it because that's just what Coinbase does. but I'm pretty sure that they're able to relist it. Anyway, that's the Coinbase news. I only have a couple of tabs up here. I mean, very, very, very popular news. The Ripple community, the Cardano community, and the Shiba Inu community are probably the three strongest, most outspoken communities within the cryptocurrency space. I know there are other ones that are also really big. I got that, yada, yada, but you haven't been in a room. Walk into a room with 5 people who own XRP and tell them that XRP is a security and get ready for some stuff. Anyway, that's the Coinbase Ripple news. Incredibly popular. Let's move on. On top of that as well, and this is what I mean by the final bricks being put into the regulatory castle. For some reason, a lot of the news today was about regulations or getting things in line or making sure, like the first news story was about the FDIC. The second one was about the SEC. This one is also about the SEC. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says US SEC could gain authority over stablecoins. It says that they're mainly interested in centralized stablecoins. They're interested in Tether, in Circle's USD coin, in Binance's USD, in True USD, and the Pax dollar. I think Gemini is already regulated to heaven and back. So, yeah, not really popular news. However, this was also all over the place. I think anytime, and the SEC is mainly doing this because they know that they cannot control the market like they want to control the market. And these are one of the very few ways that they're going to be able to do so is by controlling the things that mimic or look similar to the US dollar. There are a lot of big investors who do heavy trades during the day, week, yada, yada, who are trading in these coins. But when these coins are officially regulated by the SEC, people will simply move into other coins in other spaces that are more decentralized or that no one is actually looking over in this way. So the SEC will have a lot of control over the market at some point, but they won't be able to control the actual market. And I hope you understand exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of the idea, like many years ago, there were people who were saying that whenever something fails in the cryptocurrency market, the idea doesn't simply, poof away when the SEC or someone else tries to control it. What happens is the idea, the thing fizzles away, but then 5 more take its place that are further, even more decentralized than before. The SEC goes after 2 of them. They fizzle away. The other 3 continue to branch out and learn from the others' mistakes. And eventually, once again, this is why we don't now currently need banks or need bank accounts, because everything can be done online. We don't need validators, or we don't need a centralized authority saying, hey, this has to be done and you have to tell us exactly when X, Y, and Z is happening, because we have nodes, tens of thousands of them all around the world, and validators for these transactions, so we know that these things are actually taking place and the person who wanted to get their money actually got their money. So, cool. They're going to regulate those coins. This has no real effect on our market. It has an effect on people who are trading these coins and who wanted some type of regulatory authority that these things were actually valid and or real, what have you. So sure, so on and so forth. Yeah, same exact thing. Treasury to give SEC considerable authority over stable coins like Tether. Sure, why not? Also in the same exact breath, once again, the news today was just this. It was kind of this really weird regulatory news. It says Tether is trialing a solution to comply with the Financial Action Task Force's travel rule. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's one of those things like, like when you're traveling in an airport and they're like, hey, do you have more than $10,000 or euros or pounds on you before you're traveling? If you do, tell us. This has to do with one of their travel rules that they've tried to implement for the cryptocurrency space, but it does not work. Why does it not work? Simply because the idea is when you look at your computer and you see that it says 7 Litecoin. I have 7 Litecoin. You own those 7 Litecoin, but the 7 Litecoin are actually on the blockchain. Imagine the blockchain, like imagine you sitting in your house right now. Imagine this is actually what's happening. There are tubes and wires and stuff that are actually underground, underground. And this is where the actual coins are stored on the actual blockchain. When you fly somewhere, this is also a situation that took place. No one can tell you to, hey, open up your laptop. I want to see exactly how much Bitcoin you have. You do not actually physically have that Bitcoin. The Bitcoin resides on the blockchain. And this is what regulators are having a very hard time to actually understand. It's on those wires, it's on those cables. When you are sending something, you are sending a command on your computer, the ownership of this, send that to someone else, but it does not leave the actual blockchain. I know that's a bit abstract to kind of think of, but this is exactly what's happening. One of the most famous situations is a couple of years ago, the guy Andreas Antonopoulos, one of the biggest Bitcoin book writers, advocates, I don't know what to call this guy. He's very, very popular, very famous, very intelligent. He said he went to an airport. I think he was trying to travel from the U.S. to Greece or Greece to the U.S. I'm pretty sure it was probably to the U.S. now that I think about it. And as he was entering, they were like, hey, how many Bitcoin do you have on you? He was like, how many Bitcoin do I have on me personally? Yeah. Oh, open up your computer. He's like, I don't have any Bitcoin. It resides on the blockchain. Because people aren't understanding. It's kind of like, whatever, it doesn't matter. So the other point is that Tether has become too big for its own shoes. And everyone is using Tether. Tether's the biggest stablecoin. Tether is probably even I would say, it's not a threat to the US dollar, but we've seen before that people prefer to use digital stablecoins over the idea of the US dollar. And this is why everything else that has mimicked the US dollar over the last couple of years has been shut down rather quickly by regulators. Look at Facebook's coin. Because in a year, nobody would actually probably use the US dollar. If you knew that, you should know that, your bank account gives you 0.05% per year in interest. But Tether, I think Tether gives you 2, 3, 4%. Why would you use your bank account when you can transact in the same exact value as what you were previously transacting in? Anyway, so Tether's trying to become more tethered, see what I did there, to the FATF, and I'm sure it will work out for them in that way. And moving on. Also in the news, a lot of stock market news for some reason, also in the cryptocurrency space today. It says Robinhood's cryptocurrency transaction revenue slides by nearly 80% in quarter 3. Robinhood announced during the beginning of earlier this year that despite the AMC or GameStop stock running on their platform and making them, tons of money, Dogecoin being on their platform, I think made them, 30, 40, 50, 70, something, a huge portion of their actual revenue. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I am mistaken, I'm pretty sure that people are still not able to actually withdraw their money or cryptocurrencies from Robinhood. And I think a lot of people are probably just leaving the platform or waiting to be able to take their money off of it, and will probably not put their money back on. Once again, tell me if I am wrong. And as such, their revenue has dropped dramatically because a huge portion of it was from cryptocurrencies. But part of the problem is, I think that they did not want their platform to be cryptocurrency centric. They wanted it to be for stocks like it was before. This is the simple thing that people simply don't realize what all of this stuff actually is. They think it's a fad. They think it's around for just a couple of years. Then it's going to disappear. So once again, correct me if I am wrong. Because of the actual revenue drop during quarter 3, their stock has also fallen. It says Robinhood shares tank 10% after crypto revenue falls by 3 quarters. Sure, why not? Once again, we don't need these gatekeepers. You don't have to use these platforms because you can do everything by yourself on a computer. You don't have to worry about not being able to own the crypto that's on there, because you can do that on many other platforms already. So that's the Robinhood news. And then also on top of that as well, once again, not sure why this is in crypto's news. I guess because it is crypto-esque in nature, but alas, here we are. Citibank is apparently bullish on Coinbase, saying that they think that the stock is worth 30% more than its current price. Sure, why not? Same exact thing we heard. It wasn't Kathy Woods. Was it Kathy Woods? I don't care. Who mentioned a couple of weeks ago that she thinks that I think Grayscale is undervalued. And then someone else said there's something else. So all these people believe that all these cryptocurrency companies are undervalued. And I think that's wonderful that they think that they are undervalued. But it still doesn't. When me and my friends talk about investments, we're not talking like, oh my gosh, dude, I can't wait to make 9% over the course of this entire year with this stock. You know, it's going to be so much fun making 9%. We're talking about making like 3,500%. Shiba Inu is up by 3,300% in a couple of months. So it's not that I'm knocking stocks, but it's more like I'm trying to get richer and not just barely outpace inflation. Anyway, also quite popular news today. Citi sets bullish price target for Coinbase. Wonderful. I hope they do fantabulously, because I know at the same exact time, if Coinbase goes up by 30%, that means Ethereum has doubled in price. Anyway, that's all the news. Very weird news, right? I was looking for all the news today, and I was like, it's a little weird. Not sure why. Alrighty, let's move on. Yeah, see these weird movements? Yeah. See? Yeah. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. This is clearly orchestrated. Look at that. Clearly. Every single coin at the exact same time decided to go down the exact same slope. Here's the movement up last night that I was telling you about from Ethereum. And here's the movement down in Bitcoin. Ethereum was doing really, really well. I think it was like near 44 or 4,500. It was doing incredibly well. And Bitcoin was moving down a slight bit and then slammed down. The rest of the market recovered. Everything was going back up, and the Bitcoin slammed down once again. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, Professor Wally from Gunbot University. And let's move on. Chris, Hakeem Wilkins, Empire Queen, Stake It With Valor, Fudweiser, Mortified, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Red Plump, Tomato, Wish Nikki, The Letter, M. Stephen Dirks, Not Brain, Captain Something, Shiba Inu, sell it by 25%. Captain Something in the Z-Way Lay, Crypto, Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Carlos was like, Mobarazi, Joe Shaw, Show, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Groulet, Lauren De Silva, Quarter Bitty, Barebones, Mining, Troy, all good. Space Case, Need a Miracle, Paternoster, Conan Don't Skip Leg Days, Snacky Chan, Tolek Banana, Auspicious Agile, and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Story, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Mohamaroni, Massive Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coley 3D, Damien, Setsuna, Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxless, Nick Mangiela, Vody, Jim Garner, Jimmy Fox, Minting Coins. Yeah. Millionage Test every day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. I was like, I can't read. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Mark's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger, Macho Nisa on Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to all the new Patreon members. I saw 3 of you yesterday. Hello out there to all of you. Thank you for your support. Thank you to everyone who left a like, who has commented, who has left multiple comments, who has subscribed, or still here listening to me ramble on about this market. At the momento, Bitcoin is at $59,059,109. It is down by 5.8%. Weird movements, right? Very, very weird movements. However, let's see. Shiba Inu is up by 25%. Cosmos is up by 2.8 percentile points. Aave is up by 27%. Anything else? Nope. We'll see what happens by the end of the day. This spike, I mean, it's very, very weird. A lot of the movements in the market right now. But alas, once again, there's still no reason why Bitcoin should be anywhere below $100,000, because we all know that it's going to happen. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.